could be a lot more. But let's not even get into that now because that's a whole nother conversation. But that's what Julia claims. Do I believe it? Adriana says it's not true. She says she has her secret weapon and her secret revenge, and Adriana has been in the comments. She's been in the comments. Look, you can't reveal too much. Think about it from Adriana's point of view if this isn't true. You can't really give away what's going to happen, right? That is the big no-no with Bravo. But imagine having to sit there for a whole week. I don't blame Adriana for saying, like, look, Bravo, I'm not going to go against my contract, but also fuck you. Like, I'm going to respond. She's been in the comments on every single person's Instagram, like any Bravo blogger that has covered this on their Instagram. Adriana's been in the comments to say, all things are not as they seem. Just wait till next week and the truth about Julie is going to come out. She also posted on her own Instagram saying, like, just give me a week and the truth is going to come out. So, look, I don't blame her for at least doing that. It's like, fuck you, Bravo. This is my life. Like, people are now going to think for a week that I slept with this woman, which really I don't believe in labels. I don't want to label someone. And everyone says, oh, Kyle is a lesbian now. Let's not label it. But I don't blame her for being in comments and clapping back at people and being like, it's not exactly what it seems like, people. So apparently tomorrow night, I mean, we see a little bit of the clip that Adriana walks out after she says, I'll never go for you, dirty little whore. And then they follow her. We have like her in one room with Gertie and Lisa. We have the mean girls, as I call them, in the other room. We have Julia and we have Larsa, I believe, is in that room, and we have our good friends Alexia and Marisol, and they are, she's saying this happened and it was in this. Marisol kind of faked acting surprised. I think, like, did Marisol know about this or hear about this? People are going back and replaying the night that it apparently happened. They're finding the clips of the show in the Hamptons, and Adriana saying we never scissored, we never did this, and Julia saying they did. So let's see what we learn tomorrow night. Adriana saying, like, just wait, I've got my own plan, and you're gonna learn the truth about Julia. This didn't happen. Not sure how Julia thought this would land. But it didn't help your case, Julia, just for those who are not in the comments. People are very team Adriana on this. First of all, no one's thrilled with Julia for throwing water on Gertie. No one's thrilled with Julia this entire season. You've come across not likable. No one's thrilled with your wife, Martina, who is against surrogacy when Daddy Andy has had two children via surrogacy, as has Lisa Hochstein. Of course, Julia says, let's be very clear. Julia's not going to lose her job because of the comments that Martina made. She's just going to lose her job for all the other reasons. People not happy and they're not buying it. Julia is so thirsty, even the Mississippi River can't hydrate her. These are just some comments I've seen online. Why would she out an affair with Adriana like that? You are married and have kids, and not to mention Adriana is a mom as well. Get this lunatic off my show. I mean, right, like, look, first of all, you're outing someone who may not be ready to admit that she's had, a lesbian affair or a one night tryst with a woman, call it what you will. Also, lots of people are saying, well, wasn't your wife sick? Didn't she have cancer at that time? So your relationship with your wife wasn't really that good during the time that she had cancer, and therefore you cheated on her, or I guess it's an open relationship, which she seems to be implying by her answer to Andy's question, and you cheated on your wife when she had cancer, even if it was an open relationship. Even that, you decide to open the relationship. Doesn't sound like that's really an open relationship. Sounds like your wife has no sex drive at the moment because she's going through chemotherapy and cancer treatments. It's kind of the last thing you're thinking about is about having sex when you're going through cancer treatments. But you want to get some, and therefore you got some. Also, not to mention the fact that, does anyone really believe you, Julia? Because, yeah, it seems like a last-ditch effort to save your job. So was your marriage open, or did you turn to your wife and say, honey, I love being famous, and I love being in front of the camera, and I've been married to you, and you've been famous this whole time, and now I need to I need to also keep my job. And so I'm going to make up a lie that I slept with Adriana, and I just need you to go along with that. Sounds like Martina's the saint of the year. And then, by the way, we're also, before we get into that, so Larsa literally told everyone that Gertie had cancer when Gertie told her not to tell the ladies, but everyone just moved on and didn't care. They're acting like they don't understand what she's saying. Okay, that's not as much of a that goes to other things. I just wanted to see if there's other things here about Julia. Um, you know, yeah. Basically, people are not Andy's face. When Julia revealed she slept with Adriana, et cetera, et cetera. People are not happy with Andy either. They're throwing him into the microaggressions, coming for Gertie and just kind of giving a free pass to Julia. Julia needs to be fired. Her behavior is absolutely disgusting. Right. You also adopted two children and then did this to your wife. So is it true? What do I think? I'm tending to think this is not true. It does seem like an attempt by Julia to me to save your job. I do think if that's the case, it's maniacal. If it is true, it's not really the thing you out. Although this is Housewives and nothing really seems to be sacred, people are not exactly on your side, Julia. And there is this secret scene which has resurfaced. It's unseen footage, and it's at Nicole Martin, Dr. Nicole's Mamacita lunch last year, which I think was the finale. And this is going around this unseen footage. Well, it's from 2023, maybe it was 2 years ago. And it wasn't seen on the show, but it is Julia going absolutely crazy. She is unhinged. She is banging this chair down and screaming. And people are like, wow, this is a deleted scene. This Julia seems crazy. And Adriana's even replying to that and saying, you're correct. The real Julia has a very aggressive dark side, which has not been shown until now. I mean, this scene, I got to share this clip on I'm reading it on Queens of Bravo. So I want to give credit to them. That's where I'm seeing this clip. Julia is literally banging this chair as if she is a psycho, and this scene was never seen. So Julia slept with Adriana. Adriana says she didn't. I tend to think it seems like a desperate attempt to save your job. Why would you hold on to this affair until now? God, I have spent a lot of time on this. What do you guys think about this? Uh, uh, I think this means I still think Julia is going to go. I mean, Aviva threw a leg and lost her job. So I'm not sure this will work. I'm not so sure we're going to have the cast change in Miami that I would like to have. I guess once again, everyone's going to keep their job. If you get rid of Julia and just bring in one new person, sure, with Stephanie being so new, it does change up the mix a little bit. I mean, we had Bo's last season. The thing about bringing in one new person is the second season, this is Bo's second season, this is Stacey Rush's second season. It does change the dynamic, and then you bring in more newbies, and then Stacey and Bo's are already not the newbies, so Stephanie won't be the newbie. I think that's what they're going to do. I think they're going to replace Julia, and everyone else is going to keep their job. Scheana Shay shuts everyone the fuck up. Scheana means business. Here's the thing with Scheana. There's so much going on between everything with Tamra and Lala. There's a lot to break down here, but let's just say Scheana has shut everybody up this week because she had Alex Baskin on her podcast, the executive producer of RHOC and the executive producer of Vanderpump Rules. But I don't even really want to talk about the